Yo, what's up everybody? So in this video I'm going to be explaining the Bitcoin stock to flow model. This video is for you, Cameron. Alright, so as we can see here, this is the indicator for the cooling off stages and the warming up stages. So in the purple, this is when it's the absolute coolest, the absolute best time to buy Bitcoin. And that always happens right before the halving. The halvings are these dotted lines right here, and we're coming up on the halving currently. But if we take a look back, at every single time we're in the purple, we go immediately into the red and the orange bull run. Every single time. In the purple, up into the orange, into the bull run. Purple, red, bull run. This was the most recent bull run from 10K to 50K, 60K. And now we're coming up. We're in the purple, the absolute bottom. And this is just the absolute best time to buy Bitcoin. It doesn't matter if it's 50K, 30K, 60K, because new all-time highs are imminent. So what this chart shows us is that this is the floor, this creates a new floor prices for Bitcoin basically. So it's been pretty accurate, but everybody says that the last bull run was suppressed, and as you can see, the floor price didn't really hold up as well as it did in the other ones. So according to this model, the next floor price would be almost $500,000, which, you know, again, wouldn't matter if you bought at 60K or right now or when it goes down to potentially 30K, because $500,000 Bitcoin is astronomical gains. So that's what this chart tells us. It tells us basically what stage we're in for the Bitcoin price. And there's another chart, the Bitcoin rainbow chart. This one is even more interesting because it tells you different stages. Down here, it tells you different stages that Bitcoin is in. And right here, right now, we're in the fire sale slash buy, almost into the accumulate stage. So in the bear market, it was the absolute fire sale. The best time to buy, best time to DCA was, the last 3 years in the bear market. And the last bull run, we didn't even get to the maximum bubble territory like we did every single other bull run top. So even more reason that the Bitcoin last bull run was suppressed, and this one could be even bigger. So right now, this just shows us it's the absolute best time to buy, accumulate, and it wasn't a fire sale when it was at 25K, 15K, absolute fire sale. But the best time to buy and accumulate is right now. That is what this chart shows us. So, and I just need to shout out the creator of the stock to flow model, Plan B. He has very in-depth information on his Twitter, on his X, and this is the creator of this chart right here. And I mean, I don't even know what else to say, but let's just look at this right here. Everybody thinks you'll be able to buy Bitcoin forever, but there'll be a time where you have to earn Bitcoin. You're going to have to trade your time for Bitcoin, because right now we trade our time for money, United States dollars or whatever currency is your main currency. But you won't be able to buy Bitcoin forever. There will be a time where you have to earn it. And if every human was going to have a certain amount of Bitcoin, if we were to evenly distribute all Bitcoin throughout every single human being, you could only have 0.0025. And that's impossible right now because there are multiple individuals who have thousands, hundreds of Bitcoin, companies who have thousands and hundreds of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin will not get distributed evenly throughout every human being. So as long as you have 0.0025 Bitcoin approximately, you will be above the 1%, the 1% of the population that can have Bitcoin, because it's just mathematical. Bitcoin is mathematical. Hang on, let me look at some of my notes. Bitcoin is mathematical, so it is predictable in this way because the fundamentals stay the same. The fundamentals of every single halving is the same. Halving comes, the price, the hash rate gets cut in half, so the miners are unprofitable. And when the miners are unprofitable, they need to sell before the halving, before they're unprofitable. So that's why there's always a dip before the halving. There's always a dip before the halving, so this was approximately where the halving was. Or probably right here, I think, actually, was where the halving. Dip before the halving, and then bull run right after the halving. Dip before the halving. It's hard to see because, you know, the Bitcoin price, it's just a straight arrow, basically. If you look at it long term, it's up. Like, imagine if you bought Bitcoin 4 years ago in the last bull run when it was below, or before the last bull run, when it was below $10,000. I got into Bitcoin when it was right about here, $20,000. This is when I first got into Bitcoin, when I first knew what it was even. And if I would have just bought and hold, I messed up. I'm not perfect. I didn't buy and hold in DCA, and I didn't even know how to trade. So I bought Bitcoin one time for the very first time at 20K-ish. And if I just buy and hold, I would be up more than double just over the 4 years, and I would have, you know, significantly more money. But I messed up. But it's just how it is. So reasons why Bitcoin is going to go up. The ETFs, the stock market is now open to Bitcoin. Boomers can buy Bitcoin. Like people who buy stocks still can buy Bitcoin now through a stock because they don't think it's safe buying Bitcoin directly, or they don't even know how to. So, and the only thing that could possibly destroy the fundamental of Bitcoin, not destroy it, but temporarily hinder it, is a black swan event like COVID-19. You know, COVID-19 happened like what, right here or something, I don't know. And that's why the maximum price of Bitcoin got suppressed, and we had a double top, which normally doesn't happen. Normally it's just a straight up and then down, straight up, down, straight up, down. But we had a double top. We went up and down because black swan event. And yeah, like the only things you need is food, water, shelter, and Bitcoin. You don't need to buy luxuries. We're all poor. We can't afford anything. But if we buy and hold Bitcoin, we will have a certain amount of money that is going to be exponentially more than any income you can earn from a normal job. And I mean, I guess that's going to be it. Like, I know I could explain this way better. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. I know I could have explained this way better. I just messed it up. But yeah, basically, the gist of this video is we are in the purple, the absolute bottom, right before the halving. Clearly, look at it every single time. Purple, bull run. Purple, bull run. Purple, bull run. What do you think is going to happen? We're in the purple. The halving's coming. It's just obvious. Like, and altcoins will make you money. Here, let's look at one of my portfolio. Because I have a lot of altcoins. I have Solana. 55% almost of my holdings. This is one of my portfolios. I have a lot of altcoins, Solana, because I think Solana, percentage-wise, will outperform Bitcoin because lower market cap, it's if you put more money into it, the higher the price goes. It's just math. So that's why I'll have a little bit more altcoin because it'll make me a little bit more money that I transfer into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin will secure that, and Bitcoin, it keeps a stable floor price. Like this keeps a stable floor price. If you bought Bitcoin 2016 at $500 and didn't ever sell, and then you sold at the bull run at 5,000 almost dollars, the floor price, it's stable. The relative floor, like it's never, you would never be down if you bought at $500 ever. If you bought at $5,000, you would still never be down. If you bought at $10,000, you would still never be down. So what's going to happen next? You buy at $50,000, $30,000, doesn't matter. You're just not ever going to be down in this next bull run. This next bull run is imminent. It's right now. If anything, it's right now. The halving is coming, so the price will dip. It will cool off into the halving because the miners are what makes the price dip before the halving. The miners are going to be unprofitable, so they're selling right now, and they're going to sell even further into the halving, right before the halving, because they're going to be out of profits, so they need to take that. And yeah, that's really all I have. But I will continue to make more educational videos and inform the masses about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin specifically is the only crypto you need. It's the only type of money that you need, because this is what will free us all. This will save us all. Just like Thanos, Bitcoin is inevitable. Thank you for watching.